Welcome. Thank you for being here. I want to invite you to take a few minutes and let me ask each and every one of your higher selves, for the ones that are meant to be here, that they can receive whatever is in the highest and the easiest and the best. This is going to be a live that I am doing on Facebook and on Instagram at the same time, and I was guided to do 12 meditations working with the fields of Gaia. So I will speak just a bit about how we can work assisting Gaia as a light worker. If you don't know what type of light worker you are, what is your mission, you are just waking up, you don't know what to do, how to assist, other than just post and invite everyone else to meditate, then grid work is a great start. Because what grid work does, it is you work with the fields of earth, that it's all of us. So even if I'm a rainbow and I wake up super dashily, but when I go out, my field it's heavy, that is going to affect me, and that is going to, we're bounded to the energy and the frequency of where we are. And I'm gonna explain you this. Have you ever been in a place? I remember that I was raised Catholic, but I have Christian family. So when I was visiting one of my aunts in Phoenix, Arizona, she's a Christian, I needed to go to church too, right? And I was a teenager, so I didn't know the processes in the Christian church. But I say, what the heck, right? I'm here, let's just go. And after that, they'll give donuts and hot cocoa, and that was very good. So I was just going for the donuts. But because I didn't know the processes, I was doing what everyone else was doing. If they would stand up, I would stand up. If they will sing, I will sing and clap and do whatever they were doing, because we want to feel that we belong into the group that we are. And that could be something that is for the highest good, and it could be something that it just lowers your frequency. If you hang out with people that are not in your same vibe, or watch the news or hear things that lower your frequency, that is going to have an effect. But what happens when you are messy? I have been there. And then you go to work or visit your friends or your family or whatever that uplifts you, and then everyone else is in a good vibe, and then you just feel that it is contagious, and that lifts you up. I was reading a Buddhist book. I don't remember, I cannot pronounce the name. And the monk was saying, we don't heal because you do certain technique or because you know something. You heal because of your frequency. Your frequency heal others, and this is the real healers. And for me, it was like an eye-opening. I was like, oh, that's true. Because when you are in your 5 minutes of, I don't know what to do, you don't want anyone to come to say, hey, this is the rightful technique, you should do this, I told you so, you didn't listen to me. And that can be annoying. But what happened when you don't know what to do and you're just messy? And if someone comes to say to you, be positive, do your affirmations, you just want to kill that person. But what happened when you are messy? You're fired, you don't have money to pay your house, or you just broke up or whatever. Things happen. And then someone that appreciates you just sits with you, and then maybe in silence says, well, if you need anything, I'll be here, or I know I will figure it out one day, or whatever. That helps, because it puts us in the neutrality for us to find a better place for you to do your affirmations, meditations, or whatever. And this healing, we all do that. We are all healers. You don't need to know anything special. You don't need to know Reiki 24 to heal someone. In fact, I don't think healers heal anyone. You harmonize the space, and this is my particular experience. You guys can disagree or agree, because no one has the whole truth. Whoever says that knows more than you, I don't think that's true, because we're all part of the source, right? No one is more older source than another one. We're just all come from the same place. We're just having different perceptions. maybe different processes, maybe different journeys, and that's okay, because this is a duality place. So let's start with a meditation. Just very quickly, when you raise your frequency, it doesn't mean that Gaia is going to be easier, or the agendas, or the ascension. You just go immune. You just are not affected. You just said, I got this, right? I'm gonna be okay. And everyone else in my space, because I live wherever I go. And this is the best statement. I think this is Ryan, the one who says that a light worker is the one who, I'm paraphrasing with my own words because I have dyslexia. So he said that your mission, your statement, your flag is going to be your light. And this is working the light. It's not about Reiki or light language or what technique or how many books or who is righter than the other one. It's about holding the space. It's about being one. It's about knowing that you can have compassion for the one who's messy. You can have compassion for the one who is just, I don't know, putting mean comments or something because you said, well, I don't know what that person is going through. You don't have to take those in, right? You can block it or say, no, thank you. But engagement comes from a wound. So in these 12 weeks, if you want to come with me, and after that, I will create another separate group for grid work. So I will send an email later, so I give you all of the details. If you're not subscribed to Encoded Frequency, please subscribe. Why grid work? Because grid work is working with the fields of Gaia. Normally grid work, you could use codes or not. You could use whatever you want to. Normally they will use crystals because they work with a crystalline grid. The crystalline grid, it is, every crystal will have a frequency that they stream in my own understanding. So let's say that this crystal stream light, and this is a crystal in Australia, this is a crystal in Mexico. So they send a resonance and they connect, and then the ones in US, and then the ones in Europe, and then all of the crystals in the world. So the crystalline grid, it's formed from every crystal that forms a sacred geometry. And when you link there, you connect with the sentient Gaia. You connect with the power of Gaia that's doing right, that's in harmony. And anything that you are ready to heal, it will just drop away. There are other grids. That is the light grid, the one that assists you to astral travel, or thank you for being here, or to sleep, have out-of-body experiences. We use also that, I think, when we meditate. There is the solar grid. That is the one that when you connect to the sun, the solar comes to purify your energy. The sun comes to upgrade your codification. And also the sun transmits information. This is what I know. If you know more and would like to correct me, that's okay. You can put it in the comments. That's why we all learn, connect, and then grow in whatever way feels good. There's also the awakened heart grid. This means that every person that is awakened in your heart, which means you have your heart chakra activated, that is the chakra of the universe. And through that, the multi-universe, and through that, the heart of the source, you connect and form. I see those like a flower of light templates. But this sacred geometry, what assist it is, we have our energy, and I will guide you. And then we have like a streaming resonance, like a radio. And then everyone else on earth, we have like another radio signal, but also plants, but also the stones, but also wood, trees, AI, everything. So whatever anchors to you is what you match frequency, right? And this is the example that I have. For example, imagine that the resonance of certain agenda, it is the platform Twitch. Twitch is for streamers, right? I don't know Twitch because I am not a gamer person. So I don't have it, so I never tune in, so I don't care if Twitch is streaming or not, because it doesn't resonate with me. It could come and go. I'm neutral, right? Yes, exactly. We are receivers. Thanks for that. But my son is in Twitch and many other persons are in Twitch, so whoever resonates will match, will somehow receive from whoever messages come through. And that happens with all of the agendas, the dark agendas, the light agendas, because this is a duality work. But we choose in which streaming we are connecting with, and that comes through our attention. What we think, what we believe, and what we vibrate. This is what I understand. So every week we're going to learn something like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And normally I start between 10 and 10:10. And then at 10:30, we're going to start the meditation, at least 30 minutes, channeling something that will come through heal us, but also something on Gaia. So please, right now, if you are here, set the intention for yourself. What you think you would like to heal on yourself. Set another intention for what you would like to receive. For example, maybe you want to manifest a new house, maybe you want to move, maybe you want to have your holistic practice or your twin flame or whatever. And if you want to tag those in, then type them, because in that way we make them physicals. If you want to have them in your intuition, that's equally fine too. Set another intention for something that do you think it should be transformed in Gaia collectively. The economy, government, transparency, AI, or the fires, what has happened in Gaia. It's the hurricane that was in Florida. This is earthquake season in the area of Mexico and in America. So this earth comes in cycles, but what's happening with the global warming, I believe it is we accelerate those cycles. So it may come earthquakes in some way. It's part of the effect of all of the awakening that's happening. So I love that abundance for our humanity. So let's just set that love. We're going to connect to our heart and through higher self and the kingdoms of Gaia. And I'm sure you're going to enjoy, you're going to receive it. And if you like this and would like to participate, then sign up for my channel if you're listening per Instagram or in Facebook. You guys have to not only say that you like to follow me, but also that you would like to be notified when I have lives. And if you would like to do grid work with me, we're going to start gathering in the equinox. I'm gonna do a live free event for everyone where I would love to teach a little bit about codes and grid work. So if you want to do it, and then the ones that resonate with what I do and would like to join, then we'll meet once a month to look for a timeline, or not timeline, trend in the collective that we're going to be doing sending healing during the rest of the month. And let's begin. I want you guys to know that when I channel, I create separate containers when I do codes and when I post anything on social media. So everyone receives a separate and a unique frequency. I am always cleansing the page, Facebook, YouTube daily. And especially everything I post, if something is dark, I take it or I don't post it, because I want to keep these spaces sacred as I can. I want you to know this is safe. If while I'm meditating, I sense something that it shouldn't be, you guys can comment or let me know or tell you guys. But I am always clearing and clearing and clearing. It doesn't happen in Instagram, but sometimes it happens in Facebook. My codes have multi-purpose. The ones that I post. The ones that I don't post is because they are specific. You guys can use them. Someone asked me that yesterday. Can I use this code for activation? Yes, you can. Because the person says, do I need to order one? You can order yours if you want to. But if you don't, then you can use these. I just post my steps, but you can follow your own steps. I'm not sure about someone else's artist, but with mine, they have the purpose for whoever order them, and they also can be used for whatever intention you set for yourself. So I do have this code for today. Today, we're going to begin with a solar code, and we will work with the solar grid. And this is because we will begin cleansing. We'll work with the 3D matrix, and this is the code that I would love for you to... You guys can screenshot if you want to and rewrite it in your hand. This is just a sheet, black sheet, that's it. And this is a golden Sharpie. It's things that anyone could do. It doesn't have to be in an app. It doesn't have to be in Procreate. It doesn't have to be in Photoshop. In fact, I believe that when codes are done in organic way, they have a higher frequency, especially if you do them with your hands, because it just imprint a part of you on it. This will be the sun, and this will represent you. And these are templates that I created for the light codes course that I have, but it represents that you will have consistency with the golden light. And then if you notice, these dots represent areas of expansion. And this is the sun, and it's also streaming rays of light in all directions. These 3 templates represents your spirit, your soul, and your human form. You are also anchoring your guides, your 3 of your main guides. The majority has 3. Some people have more, 4, 10, 6, but at least you will have 3 guides. Higher self, and your universal consciousness through the sun and the central sun and the greater central sun, and I will guide you. Don't worry about it. You just memorize the code, and then in whatever way you remember it, it doesn't have to be perfect like with the Reiki symbols. That's fine, because codes are alive. They evolve through you, and the way that it is shaping your mind, that's it. That's perfect. Okay, let's begin. I'm gonna have my hands through the code, and through the code you guys will be receiving healing, and also the intentions that we have set for Gaia. The first step, it is to connect to the source. You're not bringing guides in yet. To just connect. You breathe in, you breathe out, and you begin to sense and place your awareness on your own world inside. What you think, what you feel. And just notice, observe, and begin to notice from head to toe, the left and the right, the back and the front. Normally, we're not aware about our body unless it hurts. So just check on your space. Begin to notice your energy. Are you flowing? Do you feel tight, tired, worry? Do you have a lot of thoughts and tangle in your mind? Do you feel calm? How do you feel? And let the answer to come to your mind. The next step it is, we're going to ask your higher self to be activated in you. And let's say, higher self, please activate yourself now. I'm open to receive the highest and best and connect to the source now. And wait to receive an energy adjustment. You may feel tingling sensation. You may feel expansion. Regardless of the sounds, your thinking, the sensations, know that you will always receive what you need now, not more, not less. What can be instantly integrated and is in the highest and the most highest quality available for you in your own light container, and also supporting everyone else. So through higher self connection, you're going to place your awareness in your heart and draw a circle and lines all around it, like the way a kid will draw a sun, but in your heart. You're going to draw another code like that in your crown or above. The sun code in your heart represents higher self connection. The above one represents the source through the greatest central sun, the central sun, and our sun. Connect now. Allow it. And begin to place your awareness into how the energy feels like in your crown and in your heart. And I would like to invoke now guys to step in, only the ones that are in the highest, the easiest, and the most available to come through. The kingdoms of Gaia, Gaia itself, the God goddesses, Ascended Masters, the fairies, the plant kingdom, Lemuria, Atlantis, the crystalline great collective, the elementals, the spirits of north, the south, the east, the west, that are going to place in these cardinal points for protection. Each of you will have 4 crystals placed in your space. 1 in front of you, 1 in the back, 1 in the left, and 1 in the right. And the crystals that I'm seeing are like Lemurian crystals. Kind of white, kind of beige, kind of yellow, in a form of a pillar. And as you imagine them, begin to feel how the crystals start to emanate light codes and healing in your space. Receive those codes now. Ate sakoba te isa haranadia te sekora te ekia base te ere isa. Begin to feel what you are receiving in front of you, in the back, in the left, and the right. Another crystal is going to be placed below your feet, anchoring you through the crystalline grid in the heart of Mother Gaia. Another above your crown. Ta asokaba ta ira asara bati te sakore ti inia. You have 4 crystals around you, forming a square shape that energetically goes all the way up, up, up and stream and anchor with a crystal above your crown, forming a pyramid structure around you to empower your light, to magnetize your light, and to increase your frequency. Mahasakara oswa tarikara ti ane te siria. Breathe in and breathe out, and just make sure what you feel, what you sense, the way you connect, it is comfortable. It feels love, feels at higher frequency, and it's evenly received from every chakra, every meridian, every particle of you. You have another 2 crystals, one below your feet, and another that it is formed as a pillar of light by the unification of every chakra that grows from the heart of Mother Gaia all the way through you, your feet, your legs, your torso, your neck, your head, and up, up, up through the atmosphere, connecting through the sun, the greatest central sun, the center of the universe, through the multi-universe, and reaching up, anchoring you into the resonance of the source. Anchor yourself now. Lahata sikiara kovati ini ma iti ishka se tiira. From the source, your own blueprint will be activated and begin to receive an infusion of the source that comes all the way back, gently and lovingly, bring a sense of expansion, a subtle increment on your vibration. And it begins coming all the way through your crown and down, through eye, and integrates. And it keeps going down and down to your neck, integrating the throat, integrating the heart, your hands, your plexus, sacral, your root, and all the way through your feet, the crystal beneath your feet. Eti sakaro ate ara osa ti nera sekiate avase te eriate sako heti nahasa hokawa hitira sure niena. Greetings, beloved. So we are taking over this transmission as the space has been settled into a sacred ground. We are the Lemuria Collective. We're speaking here today to assist you in this journey. We ask you to connect and notice how it feels to you, this Lemurian frequency. And if you are here today, this is a confirmation that you have a Lemurian self in your Akashic records that connects through you now. Hia saha neha sahoba hite hensin hai hakarava heta suar igne heta oha sei hakava heta oroswinia. Bring back to your mind the code that it was shown to you at the beginning and install it in your auric field. Do that now. Hasai nia vasahat u naat a sahat area kova hakat ase area. As you do that, you will begin to grow lines of light as roots of a tree that actually are going to go and find every tree on earth and ask for permission to connect through the roots for you to be rooted strongly. Do that now. Ke at el sareka ba da arosa. Hey I has ha enaba. Hey ti asaha ne karto sare etia. You will notice that the energy will feel powerful, but also peaceful, gentle. Trees are antennas that form its own net in which you can connect through the harmonic resonance of Gaia. That is Sahakela Keteara Seri. Hendia is Sahinaya. Hare Etasa Ikiaba. Hiria Saha. Hiria Tere Asa. Hiakara. Hetiara Asehikiara. As you go through the trees and you request permission to connect, trees also are guardians, protectors. That's why they provide shelter and resources for humans to live at its own fullness in its own commodities. Now, you will begin to stream an influx of love. It asahal kid akoro baate eri isare teriana. Now you will begin to have a dynamic motion, which means that your light, it is in movement. And this is how you become solid from light into the reality. As you begin to feel that you are a flow that moves and evolve in its own form, you are going to notice that you have a synchronic resonance. Observe that now through your own senses. Al-Ahafa had Sora Teekiava Sekitia. You may observe that you have a mental image about a wavelength line that moves in whatever form that comes through, that it is the influence that you have. If your influx has pikes rather than a wave that swirl, then adjust it and rectify it. It should spiral or flow. And the line that you see should have consistency. Now, in our own time, and we are in the time and Encoded and frequency space connected through the Akashic Channel and also blending a frequency with the Akash of your own Lemurian expression. We used to believe time as an entity. Time would provide and materialize a myriad of illusions that will convey in a continuous story line. In this form, now observe in the time that you are connecting with. If you are thinking about what happened yesterday, a year ago, when you were a child, you are actually moving into another timeline that is not actually the one that you experience. It is a combination in a third timeline that you are creating, diffusing a new story from what you think you remember. In this case, because all it is experienced in once into the eternity of who you are, validating the eternity of you and the expansion that happens in every other moment as you are present and connected to the source, whether you are aware or not. Don't get entangled with the information. You will receive it as it is needed on your own end. The time construct, it serves positively in the density that this plane vibrates in resonance for each of you to take circumstances, experiences, and your own lessons one moment at a time. Even when you are multitasking, you are thinking you are living just one day, 1 hour, one time, when in reality you are living in many timelines at the same time. And with this explanation, we want to be aware that you are streaming different informations at the same time. And we think it's time to deconstruct and install the streaming that unconsciously, consciously, or subconsciously are anchored into the three-dimensional grid of Gaia. Now, into your mind screen and being assisted by this Lemurian Collective and your own guides, we want you to observe that in your webland, in the previous code that you imagine, you will have patterns anchored. Those patterns in your own codex representing universal events that anchor you in time, memories that come from distortion or come from connection. Every time you remember or imagine something that you would like to create, you open a portal, create a pattern, and add that into your structure. We can say that codes are a series of sequence events that recycle a pattern repetitively and constantly, sometimes in cases stubbornly, in human form. That was meant to be a joke. Many of you, the ones that are agreeing constantly, are changing those patterns and constructs of thought and form that collide together to create a reality that appears as if it's invisible, could be sensed or felt for some, the ones that are aware, and ignored by many. These distortions are the ones that are mainly anchored into the third grid. We also have the area in the field of Earth that it's being described by the ether, that it is made of every fantasy, every thought form. It could be from the light, the majority, it's not from every human thinking. This is all around Gaia. Let's just explain this in different ways. How many things you think in 1 hour? How many things you have think in your life? How many of those things have been positive? How many of those things have been negative? Or in between? Imagine that all of that, it is in the ether. So the ones that are related to the present reality and the past will be anchored into the three-dimensional grid. But also every other creation from every other human that has ever lived and will be lived and will be created, and it is in a parallel reality, because at once they are all one, including the ones from animals and plants and other forms of consciousness. All of that, it is in the earth field. And what you see in the reality is a manifestation of the combination of that. Thus, this is why some places will be magical and others will feel as heaven on earth. There are some places like Middle East, that have been constantly in a war zone. There are other places that are known because they transport you into what heaven will be like. And this will be depending on the pinpoint, the meridian degrees of frequency that it is, and what at the level of divine order will be divine harmony for Gaia in that moment, in its own ascension. That is a journey that we all embrace together. Many of the ascended masters that have reached a point to ascension and choose to stay in spirit to assist the other fragments of the self, all brothers and sisters in this timeline, those will be you to ascend, are streaming and assisting you at the level that your free will gives that opening to assist. In the spiritual level, we can only assist when we are given permission, and this is when you meditate or are in higher frequency or connect in a certain way in which through synchronicity and message assistance, guidance can come through you. In fact, when there are special dates, there are collective agreements that assist us and give us the opportunity to transform, to transmit, we rectify that statement, information through you collectively, like every portal or every date, moon date, or different astrological dates that have been pinpointed, or numerology dates that by synchronicity would be opportunity for higher frequency to come through and assist. You do have the 9-9 portal happening in a few days, and you do have the upcoming equinox that it will be a pinpoint in time in which Earth and day have the equal number of hours that represents that dark and night, dark and light are finding balance. Therefore, portals open and close through the intention of creation from every God human that walks through this plane in living form through the physical existence. This information organically, it's known by each and every one of you. We are just in a communication. Each you through the frequency. Give us a second. What we want to express with gratitude, it is that each of you, by being here, are already finding a new alignment and a new harmonic resonance. And doing what you say you would do before coming to incarnate in this plane. As you go back into your own streaming, your own influx, your own wavelength, we ask you to notice after this transmission, how do you feel when you talk to certain persons? How do you feel when you talk to certain circumstances or things that happen during your day? Your resonance let you know which influx you are streaming. Therefore, is letting you know for you to adjust it. The only difference between you and a being from a higher frequency, it is the capacity from the being to integrate and adjust the information that happens at multiple levels all at once in harmonic resonance of the source without the need to create distortion. Because multiple options and journeys are even foreseen before the action of choosing the way in which the being will love to go through, are being able to be observed from different planes, different times, different scenarios in which the being instantly has the knowing about what it is the highest best. That's not only for the being itself, but also in perfect harmonic resonance with what it is around us. The being recognizes that all that is around is also within, and within with include all possible myriad of options to go through. It always chooses the highest path. In your plane, each of you has the special opportunity to vary in frequency from darkness to light, from distortion to harmony, to be able to experience one moment at a time what that unique action of choosing feels like for the self, in separation with what appears is outside and a separate container for the God fragment. And that it is a gift because each of you, including all Gaia, has the experience to experience itself in million forms all at once, one at a time. And this is the gift that time gives to all the ones have been, are, and will be created in this plane. As you go back to the self, your core, become aware of your resonance. Notice the efficiency that has been adjusted between each of you, but also the fields in which you connect. Notice how does it feel from the middle, the back, the sides, inside. Observe that you will be connected through the chakras of Gaia, the sacred sites, the pyramids, the temples, through every crystal, and now to your higher self. Become aware that through higher self you connect with the awakened heart of every other higher self in complete harmony, through gentleness and taking care of the delicacy of your own unique needs. The increased streaming of higher self frequency from every awakened heart will come to you at a level that you are ready, that feels comfortable. You will observe these as each heart that is awakened looks like the stars in the sky. Do that now. Hat es hakar hava het oro and his high canava het oro sayana. We want you to become aware that each tree, it is a guardian that is serving protection and also definition to go high, high, high in frequency. Feel the expansion first within your own self and expand the size of the space that you are. Not leaving the body, but expanding through the body. Become making stardust, your whole body. Quickly kapa asera kora ateriana nesahara koro. Hey hasahay gerazo. Bat henhar osore ikiara ketiana. Keep the expansion, making stardust the space that you are, and expanding, and expanding, and expanding. And as you do that, begin to become one with all that it is. The air, the sky, earth, water, the light, the fire, the crystals, all of the elements that are around you. Going to the level of your city, just streaming light, like a beacon of light. Ha sai kera hale, hey hai hina has hai kiha. Going into the size of your country, the size of your continent, and the size of Gaia, and do that now. Having complete integration with ease and grace through the heart connection of higher self in 3, 2, 1. Do that now. And now you will observe from these oneness pinpoint the areas of darkness that are going to be shown to you in your mind screen. You will observe an holographic form of Earth. Some parts will be illuminated and others will be in darkness. These may represent different aspects of your collective from this time or any other that are ready to be transmuted. As you look at it, you will observe how the instant light from the highest light that exists in you here with magical brushes will begin to cleanse and cleanse all of those areas of darkness. And you begin to observe how aspects of fear, shame, egocentric constructs, blame, envy, competition, insecurity, comparison, dishonesty, abuse, control, distortions, lies, falsity, victimization, sacrifice, traumas, sadness, ignorance, lack, poverty, misery, need, disease, addictions, killing, assassinations, fights, wars, sexual distortions, interference, manipulation, slavism, including any lower frequency, dark agendas, negativity, toxic patterns that could be from this plane or any other, this time, space, or any other, from any aspect of your universal consciousness that you're looking upon Earth, in you and the ones around you. Only the ones that are in the highest good and ready to transmute are going to be cleanse, cleanse, cleanse. Become aware how all of that it is transformed into light, including any aspects in your own fields, your own bodies, your physicality, your soul, your mind, possible creations, fragments that split from you through darkness and now are ready to go back to the core of light from your awakened heart. Call upon that light now. And as earth has been cleansed. You have 3 spheres on your hands. The one on your right, it is your intention, where you want to heal. And that is going to receive an infusion of light and a code. The one in the middle, it is the intention that you want to manifest with ease and grace and as quickly as possible. That receives an infusion and a code. And I want you to know that that is solved and granted. You will unfold in divine order and for the highest outcome for all. And on your right hand, you will get the sphere about the intention that you set for your collective. And that it is review, transform, and granted. Lihapa sahal ide al-Qur'an and Allah is ifa. Hel aroso hel ib inyar as-heka at-oraba as-seger at-arian as-saharaba. With Indians, now we took over from this transmission and want to close this grid structure with the last portion of this transmission with gratitude. We are grateful for the opportunity to speak and connect to you and assist in this journey going back to the source. You will observe in your mind a construction. Observe your construction. Notice what is dark, what is missing, what is broken. This is part of which area on the 3 grid that you connect with and aspects of you. As you observe, you will observe that guardians of earth will look as if you are looking for the word that matches into the channeler's information. Will look like building workers that will assist you. You will see many, and you will see also observe many other constructions around you. Those will belong to other aspects of you from your soul family that will also be repaired. Now we ask you to your intention just to observe and command what you want that structure to looks like. We suggest that you transform it into what your knowledge and will and intention says that your new earth grid looks like. Do that now. And do also that with the other building structures that are around you. Tariki Nara Hentia Sara Hafa Terra Usere Terigara. As you observe, make sure that in your own connection, intention, and creation, every structure is evenly and consistently, strongly connected through the New Earth grid. You will add codes, psychogeometry, colors, rays, the forms and shapes that you feel guided as God creator, and as you do that now, have a bird view to be shown to you how that looks like. Bahad Aseria, Nahara, Havati Kiakoro, Pati Asori, Tariara. I want you to know that Earth right now in your own time collective, the one that it is being run in this moment in time, is deconstructing 3D timelines that had happened over time in other times of Gaia for many of you or all of you in another forms, in another names, in other situations, like the fall of Lemuria or the fall of Atlantis. Many of the agendas that you perceive as dark, even conspirative or distorted that you observe are ones that have been written, and on the need to be transmuted, the same protagonist from that story of creation needed to give it a new opportunity to be rewritten. I want you to be aware that the rectification of every creation comes mainly through the intention of every God creator, that it is all of you. And as you do that, what it is being built energetically that feels solid and unchangeable for you won't be easy to change, but could be from the core of you as you connect to God in its own infinity. From that point, the same God, universe, source that create suns and universe and planets and all the magnificent things that God in its own creation could create, you can create and change all that it is around you. You'll have a delay of time to have proof that your creation has shifted. Maybe, or it could be an instant creation depending on the belief that you have. In fact, from our own time and the time that you have, the only difference is what we know we could do, what we believe was possible, and the way we knew we could connect. It's all about the possibilities to choose, to go, to be, to create. We're very positive that many of the mistakes that have done in other planes and in this plane, in other scenarios that ended in apocalypses, won't be rewritten. We're very positive and confident that each of you has great takes, is prepared for it, to ascend with ease and grace, creating and building the way that you want New Earth looks like. How long it will take you to get there, how you will get there, that is part of your own free will and creation. We suggest that the more you are aware about the intention, the streaming, the influence, what you build energetically, therefore all that will be mirrored in the physical experience. There is knowledge available for each of you, especially in this time on your earth plane. Information is available for everyone, more than what we think it should be. It can be confusing to have such a great amount of information at the level that you are, so discern what you pay attention to and be aware that something that you are paying attention to may be feeding your energy through being distorted information that may seed fear, we do believe that regardless of what you think you know, where you think you are, what you observe may be happening around you, from the Atlantic Galactic, we think this is a very positive and highest timeline to go and ascend. Compared with what in other timelines Earth, it's been manifesting to go through ascension in parallel realities of things. This is a positive and benevolent one. And there are great things happening underneath the eyes because of what has been streamed in media is not always the greatness that is being seated in each and every one of you. But all of that, it's being done by you. And many of you that are creating its own communities, its own nets, its own solutions, the healing techniques, the resources that you need to create a different reality. Rectifying by your actions, by the way you feel, by the way you go through life, by the example that you give to others to inspire them to awake to in its own way, in its own form. We believe the solution comes through community and unity, and this is part of what was missing in our own time in Atlantis. We develop our power, our knowledge, and miss the connection with everyone else. Even animals have its own rules for its own path, knowing that they will only survive the circle of life if they take care of the ones that are in its own race and its own group. Because at the end, each of you know that you will be reflected from a different perspective from what it is outside. And even when you are not aware that what is outside is a part of you, it will be affect you a certain degree, depending on the balance that you have. We consider that we took more than what it was meant to be. We're grateful for the time and space and the opportunity to speak to you. We apologize for stealing the precious life that you have from your weekend. We thank you that each of you give us the opportunity to speak to you. Take what you feel is in resonance with what you would love to go and what you want to create. Disregard the rest, knowing that one way or another you will always be in divine order, doing what you should, being supported, and even when you think you are not, support that will come to you to let you know that you won't be supported in the illusion that you are walking through. Energy is designed to find harmony, even if you don't take action. But if you don't take action, if you don't set your intention, the action that is going to take, it is the predominant frequency that it's being streamed in the field. This is why you will have collective experience like COVID or a pandemic. But each of you can imprint a new vibration in your field through the way you feel, through the way you walk, through the way you think, to your own alignment. And at the end, we believe this is the most resourceful action that each of you can take. How you get there, it will depend on your own journey, on your own needs, on your own processes. And that will be unique for each and every one of you. If you need support, support will come to you, as it is says that when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. With that, way to know that you all have integrated what you receive in the highest and divine order, in the rightful way, according to the instructions of your higher self. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Breathe and ground. And before being disconnected, you have your eyes closed or open. Now that they were speaking about the intention of creation, set the intention for how you want the creation from this moment and on to be. Keep yourself grounded to the trees, to your space. Give instructions to your own chakras and energy to go back to a comfortable pacing, flow, having a unified influx with all aspects of you. Breathe in and out and become aware about your body, integrating your head, your face, in case you are out of your body, your arms, your shoulders, your back, your torso, your legs, your feet, your space, the space around you, and keep yourself connected to your heart. Feel your center. You can touch yourself. And make sure you are in the present moment before you open your eyes. If you need assistance, request the assistance. Okay, there are 3 persons that are still in the connection, but I think you're going to be assisted with your own guides. Thank you for being here. I appreciate the stars. Thank you so much. That helps me to keep doing, well, to keep having encoded frequency. If you'd like to be here and join me, we're going to do this for 12 more weeks. This is the first week. We have 11 more. Let's see how we go. If you would like to support me, you can come and donate. You can purchase my services, share, comment, send a love from your heart, whatever that is available. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Let me know in the comments what you receive, how do you feel, what you experience. And I thank you so much. I will edit the video if I can and download it to YouTube in an hour or 2, depending on the connection. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I cannot read your names, forgive me, because my third eye is so open. I don't think I can read your names, but I appreciate it. See you guys next Sunday. And if you are not on my mail list and you would like to be updated about the great work that we're going to start the 22nd of September, or any free services or things that are happening in the collective, you like what I do, then go into my page and subscribe. Thank you. Enjoy your weekend. Bye-bye.